viewers of Matsanga Global Trends will be very interested in knowing why most of the Africa is in turmoil. But when you read the book, The Anthills of the Savannah, by Chinua Achebe, a well-renowned writer on the African affairs, which predicted that at a certain time the anthills will come out and bite you. You will have a whole common sense that he was right. If you look at all the countries across the Sahel region, right from the west up to the east, in Eritrea, Ethiopia, all the way from Western Sahara, you come down this way, or the Sahara Desert, then you come down in the tropics, the savannah of Africa. You will find that the story of the anthills of the savannah holds. Bad governance, bad human rights, conflicts, bad economy, the corruption, blaming colonialism as a center of our problems. But surely indeed, after 66 years of independence, isn't it time for us Africa, as Africans, to sit down and review why a country like Chad, because it has discovered oil, whose leader was assassinated, killed by the people we know, and they installed the sun, why a country like this might not be getting the transition it wants. A few weeks ago, most of the rebel groups and the opposition groups landed in Doha, of course, for bed and breakfast and money for shopping and taking back home perfumes to sign what we call a peace accord for Chad. But can this peace accord hold? President Tshisekedi of Democratic Republic of Congo himself, besieged by conflict that he cannot even direct us which direction to go, was able to be appointed as a mediator. But some rebel groups, 20 of them, walked out, pushed by Egypt, UAE, and other powers that are playing for oil of Chad. Isn't it time for Africa to call out these countries? Isn't it time for us to call out each other before we come to the table peace conferences, calling ourselves people who have come to give views, wasting the time of mediators who would be doing their own other work? Isn't it time to call out the countries that actually fume, prepare, arrange these conflicts? The answer is in the book, The Anthills of Savannah. How can Africa react? How can Chad come out of the quagmire, the amnesia created by the French hegemony of installing puppet leaders for this great nation of Chad? 7 military coups, human rights record, sentencing of Hissène Habré, killing of Idriss Déby, installation of the sun, and the rebels in South Libya, supported by Egypt, a superpower on the African continent. How long will Africa survive the conflicts that are supported by ourselves? If we don't call out, they'll call in. If you call in, they finish you. God bless you, and God bless Africa. Chad is under the flame of Dr. Muhammad Faki, a national of Chad himself, the current chair of the African Union, who should have supervised his country to a smooth transition, to a peaceful transition. But instead, he has taken the instructions of the masters who have taken over our African Union and they do the things they want. May God help us. May God help African Union. Just as I read the book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 15 to 20. Can a bad tree create a good fruit? Those who come in format as wolves in a sheep's skin, shall we have the best prophets that Africa wants? Chinua Achebe was therefore right to tell us the anti-heroes of Savannah. Oh yes, the anti-heroes of Savannah are the ones paining the Sahel region, Boko Haram, drought, killings, kidnap, torture, slaughter, the wretched of the earth. May God help Africa. Thank you.